Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for having me on the show today.
And we've been muted. Ah!
No.
We're going to try that again then.
I don't know that we need to. You've seen the intro. You missed the bad pun. We're so sorry. Yeah. Let's come back here for a second.
Should we do the intro again?
No, we don't need to do the intro again.
Okay.
We're not going to be able to cut it out, so...
That's true. Well, anyway, we're happy to see you all.
Welcome. We're doing it live. We are so glad to have you all here. You at least saw the Super Smarties. Thank you all so much, even if you didn't hear us telling you thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, thank you to Diana the Doll Fairy.
Let's try that again, Diana. Hi, Diana.
Hi, everybody.
Us.
Thank you so much for having me on the show today.
We're very excited to have you here. You've had a lot going on, and we wanted to have you on to talk news with us and share a little bit about what's going on with you.
Yeah, so tell us, Diana. Well, all right, so for the probably non-existent few people who don't know who you are, tell everybody what you do and what's going on.
So I am Diana the Doll Fairy, and for about 5 years now, I've had a doll customizing channel here on YouTube called The Doll Fairy. I started with, customizing Ever After High dolls and Monster High dolls and things like that. And then I've moved into vinyl dolls and, of course, smart dolls. And here we are today. I've recently kind of just done a whole rebrand for my channel, where I've redone my mascot character and shelled her into a smart doll. She's a fairy.
Nice.
And she's representing my kind of transition into focusing more on sewing smart doll clothes in my art.
So less less face ups. Then we're talking more just like construction of costumes and things.
There will probably still be a little bit of everything just because I like to do all of it. So yeah. I definitely still have some face ups and like full custom videos that need to be edited and will be on the channel. Yeah. But basically it's really kind of more symbolic. Like for me, I want to focus more on sewing and like having clothing releases so that people can buy clothing that I make in my shop and all that stuff. So
fantastic. Well, we are going to be spending the evening with Diana, so strap in, everybody, and we're going to start talking about these. All right. Well, not those. Well, first off, I should mention a special thank you to a Redhead's Ramblings. Thank you so much. And it's good to see you again. We were happy to have you on here last week. And if
you didn't catch that news, go back and watch it because she's awesome.
Yep. So thank you for the super chat. Yeah, first up here, it's break time. The store is shut down. The world is crying out.
Yeah, and it's not just for Golden Week. They're actually taking some extra time to visit family and friends.
Yeah, a little before, a little after. So, 15th, May 15th, people. Like, this is... I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, I'm assuming Danny's going to keep posting, but, like, this is a lot of vacation. Danny's traveling, supposedly.
Yeah, he's going home to the UK to see friends and family, and that will be very, very cool.
And he did say that if you're in London, while he's not sure what his schedule is like, but he may pop online and be like, I'm at this cafe. Come meet me if you want to. So we're hoping some of you out there get to meet him. Danny, you've had the chance to meet Danny, right? At like conventions?
Yeah, I actually got to meet him twice at Anime NYC in New York City, obviously. In I think it was 2018 and 2019. And that was like the main reason I decided to go to those conventions. It was a lot of fun, but that was what really made me like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to this because I want to meet Danny too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for Danny to get back to the United States, and so we can actually finally meet him. I know he did mention that like there's a lot of people who have not left Japan since 2019.
Right.
So it's good to see them getting out, and does bode well for possible future United States trips, maybe, Danny?
Once he sees his mom and everybody, so, you know.
Family comes first.
Yep.
No one's saying you should drop everything and come see us before you see your family, but Danny, come on.
Yeah, really.
There's also another thing. I don't know, did you read all the way to the end of this, Diana? Most people don't.
I actually just skimmed it before because I didn't notice it before. But then I was like, oh.
So at the bottom here, he actually says that there's going to be a special drop when they get back based on answers. So like some sort of quiz, some sort of scavenger hunt quiz based on answers they found in the following activities, which I have no idea what he's going to ask from these, but I guess you need to start familiarizing yourself with the site if you're not already.
Yep.
Just memorize everything.
Yeah.
And those of you who have been watching us for a while may have a little bit of a leg up on that.
Yeah, okay, because apparently, they're down there at the bottom. He says, watch the Smart Doll News. So, I don't know. We need to, like, what, like, weird, obscure, should I, like, start saying, like, code words? Like, to this week's code word is, just in case he'll, like, you know, pick it up and use it as a question.
Like, rutabaga.
Yeah, just, you know, chop suey, like, I don't know. Now I'm, you know, blanking on random things to say. It's too much pressure.
It's too much pressure. No, but I mean, so those of you who already watch us all the time, you might have a leg up on some of these answers, but he does, it was very cool of him to include us in this treasure hunt that he's doing.
I think this week's code word is doll fairy.
There we go.
Oh, I'm so honored.
So yeah, check these out. I mean, it's a lot of the pages that you should be well familiar with, but he did say he's going to share some updates. I don't know. I'm afraid where's this going to go? Okay, just his regular news updates. So we expect some updates, some like he normally does, like travel posts and things like that. We will get some family photos. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Okay, so that's his travel plans. Again, do remember that, well, he says, okay, there's 2 dates on here I want to call out. He says we anticipate reopening the pipeline around May 12th, but then he says here at the beginning, we'll be back the 15th. So I would assume the 15th. I'm not sure if that's just a typo or if there's some different meaning to the order pipeline being some preemptory thing.
I think what he's saying is you'll start to be able to order and stuff around the 12th.
Because then they'll be back and ready to fulfill orders.
Right, on the 15th. Yeah. So there'll only be a few days in between rather than, you know, like 3 weeks and people going, where the heck is my order? And putting a lot of stress on the team and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I will mention this because we kind of probably should mention it like every single week. Be wary of scams. Only order from smartdoll.jp, Fabric Friends and Dolls, and Anime Sugoi. They are the only places. I think I saw a Reddit post in the Smart Doll subreddit this weekend that was like, is this a scam? Everyone's just like, yes.
It's like, if you're getting come on, think, please. If you're getting a Smart Doll for $99 when on the secondhand market they're going for the same that they sell for or more, it's got to be a scam.
If it looks too good to be true.
It is.
It is. It is. All right. I think we've got. I was always curious about this, but so Golden Week is actually 4 different holidays that all were like right next to each other, so they just take the whole week off.
Right, because it's kind of pointless to go back and forth. They just take the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like Greenery Day, like an Arbor Day sort of thing. Like,
probably.
I don't know. I would need to look those up. Nope, we are not experts. Moving on. Okay, so this is our big story, at least for our thumbnail. We have some pretty big news, something that nobody thought was really at all possible. Somebody asked, hey, could we get a little bit more milk? And he said, do you want coffee?
Okay. So yeah, as he said, I would have originally said no, but the Evolve frame opens up this possibility. But the question is, limited run of milk or a new skin tone between tea and cocoa called coffee? Both of these tones mean we need a new frame color. So...
All right, Diana, what are you thinking?
I mean, I cannot resist the, that's just so exciting to have a totally new skin color between tea and cocoa. Like, there's a big range that you could have in there, and I just really would love to see that. So,
I mean, I think it was one of the first things I said. It was like, there's like, it's such a big gap, like...
and we're just going to say this one thing. Anime North in coffee.
Ooh.
I mean, she's fire in tea. She's going to be brilliant in coffee.
Yeah, it really depends on what sort of tone he goes for, but yeah, I had I didn't. You know what? I didn't prep that. Let me see if I can grab
your mock-up.
Yeah,
But it seems like the poll was pretty tight, but I think a lot of that is that a lot of people that are in smartdoll now missed milk.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh, I want milk because I never got any, but like the rest of us that have been through milk are like, okay, we want coffee.
All right, I'm gonna just shove Photoshop up here. So this was the mock-up I did.
Ooh, that's so pretty.
This is hard. I don't know if this is where he's gonna land. But
that bronzy kind of brown is really pretty.
I tried to push in the yellows a little bit more, right? Like get a little bit more yellow in there, and have sort of this bronzy, almost caramel color. So this could be what she is. I was surprised at the amount of people who instantly were like, I want darker than Coco.
Right.
So given the option, like even expanding that, do we think coffee is the right place? Do we think, like, I don't know, dark chocolate? I don't know what it would be with the beverage. It needs to be
I think we are missing a portion of brown people by not having the coffee, which is a little bit lighter. That's in between tea and cocoa.
Well, we're probably missing a portion of brown people on the darker side too. So.
True, but I'm just saying, everybody has been talking about the fact that there should be a color between tea and cocoa.
Yeah.
We definitely should have darker colors. I mean, but he's got to do them one at a time. As he's already said, he can't do them all at once. And I know a lot of people have been asking for this.
Okay, so this all came up, of course, because of Transcendence. So I got to ask you, Diana, are you a vampire fan?
I am a pretty big vampire fan, and I think Transcendence is just so gorgeous. I don't know if I will add her to my collection. I've been mostly kind of sticking to the anime girls, but she's really, really pretty, and I love the red eyes.
Well, the nice thing is there is he is looking into like what other sculpts that he should make fangs for. So an anime vampire is certainly a possibility. I think with your both, well, you and Sandy both have a very similar aesthetic in some regards.
We like almost all the same stuff in terms of like doll things. Yeah.
I think a vampire in period costume is so good.
I have plans. I have plans.
Oh, I can't wait to see those plans.
So we have so is it, are we all in agreement that as amazing as a milk transcendence would be, that coffee is just more important?
I think coffee is a priority. Yeah. I mean, I think milk, a run of milk would be great, and we actually said it on the news last week that we thought a limited run of milk for her would be good. But now when he brings up the concept of, I was thinking about this other skin tone. I mean, I'd say go for doing coffee. Now, I mean, I know that like milk would probably be easier for him to do because he already knows what the colors are. He's got it already. But I think coffee has been wanted.
My answer's both, Danny.
Yes.
I say do a short limited run of milk, and even I would say do it just for transcendence. Like just do that and then come back. But
if he does that, he's got to make a milk frame.
I know.
So it's like, should he just do transcendence? I don't know. But
yeah.
My phone is going crazy, and I think Danny said something. So
I think he just posted. I got a notification too.
Chat's not going crazy, so let me know if we need to look.
He's just reissuing the this post that he did about the store being closed and going on vacation and whatnot.
Okay.
So yeah. So I don't know. I think coffee looks really good. I'm actually pretty happy. I only just got the face. The face was giving me problems. Like it was slightly different tone, and I had to add more yellow to the face to get it kind of like blend with the body. But I think he can make something even better than this that is going to be just fantastic.
Yeah, but this at least gives us an idea of like how that skin tone fits.
Yeah.
And it does fit.
And it might be a little bit lighter. It's just hard to
filling
to
a need. It's filling a need. And yeah. I think that's really good.
I think there's like a like we said, there's a big range here, so there's like a lot of different ways he could go with it.
Yeah.
And I really, really like your like this bronzy look. But when he said coffee, I was actually kind of thinking of old cocoa that has like almost a purplish tone to it. So like a cooler, probably wouldn't be that purplish, but something cooler tone too. So like there could be multiple different, colors even in between tea and cocoa that he could do down the line.
Right.
Oh yeah. It'll be, it's one of the things, like the more he does, I would assume that he wants to make them each distinct from each other so the tighter that gets, the harder it becomes to make another one, and really have it stand out. But it's I'm looking forward to really seeing some if there's anybody you want to see me try mocking up as this, like specifically, let me know in the chat, and I'll see about getting to work on that.
I like that you went with my girl.
Of course I went with Future. All right. Let's get rid of Photoshop here. And you know what? We didn't. No, we did talk about it. We just didn't get to talk about the other thing. So we have the final tally from the poll he did. This is very
It's
close.
very tight. And like
53% to 47.
Like I said, I think that's coming from a lot of people that have joined the Smart Doll game late and missed milk.
Okay.
Because I mean there would be a lot of votes for that. But I think coffee is the way to go.
So I mean, this may tell him though. I mean, he will make, based on the sort of almost pretty closely split decisions. Maybe this will just end up being both. Danny he attempts to under-promise and over-deliver, certainly doesn't always succeed. Doesn't always line up, but he definitely likes the surprise. Like, oh, I just did like. Here's 5 more things.
I mean,
that I'm dropping.
Did he respond to the results on this poll? Because
I don't think so.
I mean, that just basically sounds.
Well,
like...
I mean, he would have done it in here. Oh no, I'm sorry, because this isn't him responding to the results.
That's the actual poll,
right? Yeah, he hasn't replied to it or anything from the looks of it.
So yeah, I mean, knowing Danny, he might actually try and figure out a way to do both.
Who knows? Don't expect it. It's but it's really cool how many times Danny has said, with the new Evolve frame, like it like keeps opening up new doors that we thought were closed.
Sure, Smart Doll Plus, like he was like
the boys,
yep. Yeah. So like all of these things are just like, yeah, now we can do this.
You know what? I flipped over there. We might as well take a second here and stop and say, hey, friends of the court kit and cat shop just released margarita glasses.
I love them. They look so good.
They're really pretty.
They're very cool. And they have wine glasses,
champagne
flutes, an actual wine bottle, a bottle of Merlot, and filled glasses.
They recently got a new printer, and they are able to do much clearer materials, so that makes it easier to do glassware and stuff. So that's super cool. And Diana, did you see they have an English tea set coming?
I saw that they said that, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, we've been looking for a tea set.
I have wanted a proper like Western style tea set forever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's move on to another quick reminder from Danny, which is you all know there's an Evolve feedback form. So if you have any sort of feedback for the Evolve frame, what's good about it, what's bad about it, and really give constructive feedback, you can fill that form out. There's a link in the description, but you can also just email the website. You can just email the same address that you do the notifications come from and shipping updates. The key here though is and he's said this before, but when they get back from the holidays, they're actually going to announce who is going to be receiving goodies from the feedback. So they're actually picking not just, hey, you gave us feedback, but they're picking like people who gave good feedback and useful feedback and feedback that is helping improve the product, and are going to be giving out goodies. So
and I believe he clarified goodies is a smart doll, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't see that
in the longer post.
In the what in this?
No, it was in in the treasure hunt post, I think.
Oh, that's a different thing. So let's.
I may be wrong, but I was pretty sure that's what I saw.
All right, well, let's move forward then to... Oh, you're talking about the holiday post.
Yeah, I think so.
I totally missed that, if that was...
It says use the Evolve form for a chance to win goodies, but I thought he said when he got back, he would be... I thought it said a smart doll. But
I don't know.
Don't take my word for it. Go look for yourself.
All right, so the last thing here is let's see. Oh, option heads. So he got some feedback, basically, you know, saying like it would have been nice to know that well, he gave a warning saying people buying the transcendent option heads that if you want a full doll that you may want to wait for the full body. And he got some feedback saying, hey, this would have been nice to know when Anime North came out, to know that they were coming out. I think so. There's this element of like, is Danny causing like FOMO, right? Like, is Danny like sort of like it may not, or it may, like, like trying to be clear about there's no guarantee. Maybe perhaps that is actually getting misread or whatever as like, there's no guarantee, so you better buy it.
Right.
I think that's like what you were saying before, where he tends to underpromise and overdeliver, right?
Yeah.
Mimico Minis agrees with me that Danny said that the winners would be receiving a smart doll of their choice.
Okay. Receipts or so what Danny's decided to do this time is, I'm not sure what, like, he basically says he's closed down option heads sales, but he's provided a backdoor access, which basically it sounds like he's just put this quiz in front of buying these things, and made it a little bit tougher to buy, and you basically have to, there's more friction to buy this, and you have to fill out this form, which at some point, I mean, people are going to buy it if they're going to buy it. So there's not going to be really stopping anyone from hitting, hitting the right answer here, and just going through it. But Diana, how do you feel about option heads? Have you gotten any? Do you have floating heads in general? Where do you stand?
Yeah, I haven't actually bought any option heads, but I really like having the option. But I do have a lot of floating heads because when I bought the chaos heads and then customized them,
right,
or when other people bought like a chaos painted head and then they traded them to me or sold them to me or whatever. So I do have a whole bunch that don't have bodies, and I personally don't have a problem with that because their smart dolls are big, and so I feel like it's fine to me if I can just switch them out every once in a while, and then I'm going to admire these dolls for the next 2 weeks, and now I'll switch them out, and now I'll admire these. Like, I don't have a problem with that because I just don't have enough space to have enough bodies for all the heads that I want. So that's my feeling.
How about you, Sandy?
Well, the more space we have, the more dolls I put in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, we're getting to the point where we're just having to whittle down the collection, I think. I don't know if I can do option heads. I just feel weird. Like, I still remember who's got whose body when I have to switch ahead. Mm-hmm. Even though the bodies are the same.
Yep, she keeps track of, she's like, if they've gone in reverse or been used something for something else, like, yeah, Sandy knows exactly whose body is on whose head. Very weird.
Yeah, I agree with that, though. I feel like I want to keep them together, but as long as I know whose body is where, I'm okay with it.
But I will say, I mean, this whole thing, I mean, Danny was very clear when he started doing option heads that, don't expect it to come out as a full doll. Don't expect to get a body for a cheaper price when you buy the option head. He's still going to have to charge for the body.
He actually, I mean, he priced those higher than if you were to like split them. They're not valued at like, this is how much a head is, or this is how much of a body is. They are, well, I mean, they are to some extent. Bodies are a lot of effort, but heads have a lot of the value and the uniqueness, and but they're the easier bit. So there's this weird element of like, I'm pretty sure he tried to price these like to price people to discourage people from getting them, like basically to discourage people from just en masse grabbing up, all these heads and having no bodies for them. This does bring us back to somebody actually, I don't think Danny quite got what they were asking because he just replied with a question mark. But let's go back here. Mistress Wolf says, I feel a bit stupid that I have to ask, but how will this affect the option body thing being available at some point, as my girls really don't like sharing their bodies long term? So here is somebody who clearly bought option heads, and there was a time where Danny was talking about selling bodies as option bodies. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the latest word that we have on that from Danny is that it's not going to be feasible to straight up start selling full bodies. They just, like, the demand currently for stuff is not making that an option. But he is going to make kits for the Evolve frame. And he did a poll on Twitter to see, do people want, like, the full-on, like, raw kit, uncut vinyl, everything, or would people rather have the cut vinyl kits? And I think, my hope would be that if especially if he does like a mixture of the two, because it just costs more money to have the cut vinyl. But if he does the cut vinyl, people who have no experience will have not too hard of a time putting together a doll, I don't think. As long as they're not cutting, like, if you're not cutting the vinyl, it's just like learning how to put the pieces in the frame and learning how to use a hair dryer or something. Right.
He did say that the new Evolve frame will make it easier for people to put their own frames together. It's easier than the old frame. I'm wondering if that question mark was just because the comment at the end was that the girls don't like sharing their bodies.
What do you mean?
It's cheeky.
When Danny's cheeky, there's a winky face involved.
Yeah.
But
or maybe the question mark is just he's not sure at this point.
Could be.
Could be. Yeah, that could be. I think though that he's, like I said, I think the last he said he was going to do kits instead of option bodies. I'm
just confused because Danny's never cryptic.
Your phone keeps going off. I feel like it's just like Danny yelling at you.
No, that's not my phone. I think
it's my phone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever. I don't even know where it is. So option heads are shut down, and you need to add it. I mean, it's no more clear than that. It is interesting how, like, I wonder how much friction, like, Danny's core audience, his core customers, how much friction that we will, how many hoops we will jump through and be okay with, like, and of just, okay, I've got to click these things, and we do it over and over and over again, and it's really this interesting thing of Danny, like, is cultivating a customer base that is aligned with him, All right. Let's see. Okay. This was I think last week, and we didn't get a chance to talk about it.
Nope. This is a good chunk of cosplays on the wall.
This is a gander, so there's a couple of behind the scenes stuff here, but I do want to call out. Now I cannot remember who called this out in the Discord, but this lovely lady here, this Coco doll, in this sort of it looks like almost like a modified Solar Marine uniform.
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty sure that is a cosplay of a, like, old school, like, Mobile Suit Gundam, one of those,
like an officer uniform of some kind. Yeah.
Which begs the question: Is that the company? Is that Bandai? Or is that the company that said that they didn't want a Coco doll in cosplaying as their characters?
Yeah. We don't know. He didn't say, but he did say, never meet your heroes.
Saying without saying.
That's, yeah. If that's the case, that's really sad because she looks amazing.
She's really good.
And then, of course, next to her we have C2.
Who's still on her way.
She looks great. I love the blue socks. Those are like, I actually, out of that outfit, I'm particularly fond of the wig and the blue socks.
Diana, where are you at with the not cosplay? That's not the word. The licensed dolls. Do you have any? Is there any that you were like, yes, I got to get this?
Yeah, I don't have any. I think just the fact that, I guess because I just enjoy customizing the dolls so much that I don't want to get one that is a character already, and then I feel like I wouldn't be able to, like, I wouldn't want to change anything about them.
Right.
So, yeah, but there hasn't been a character that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have this character. But I am a pretty big fan of Code Geass and C2. I probably won't get C2, but I am really still like looking forward to seeing what she'll look like, like close up.
That wig is so great.
Yeah, I want that wig.
Very eye-catching.
All right, let's see what else. All right, we
discussed
seen this.
Yep,
Gray Transcendence coming out. An uncut Smart Doll Plus. Okay, so this was interesting. Looks like his next cosplay project.
Yep, looks like the school uniform from the new Netflix Wednesday series.
I gotta say, I actually kind of like this like marker, version, like
right.
This
I thought that too.
Faded out. I'm like, they should just do that.
It looks drawn. It's very neat. Like the whole outfit is drawn.
It reminds me of I think it was Mary Poppins Returns. They had costumes that were like drawn, the details were drawn on or something.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
That's what it makes me think of.
It's so good. I don't know what he's doing here, like with the chrome smart doll head, but it's very cool. Although a nightmare to photograph without reflections.
I think he said something about it doesn't work, like as a full, like he can't do a full metallic vinyl shell, but I don't know if that means he can't do the head.
But that's not the metal. I mean, that is a metallic, but that's like chrome.
Like
that is different than
chrome.
That's different than the metallic that's on the.
No, it's chrome on the inside, isn't it? It's like because you can see inside the eyes.
Oh yeah, no, this is cast.
Yep, that's very cool.
Wow. I wonder if it's really heavy.
I wonder if he's gonna make a full-on, a full-on die-cast doll.
I don't think it's very heavy because it's like he's not putting a lot of pressure on it with his hand. Mm-hmm. Like his thumb is not like holding it; it's just keeping it in position.
All right, that's true.
Okay, there's a couple of wigs in this series, like that we've sort of seen and stuff like that, but there's just like a lot more natural looking.
Yep. I love
wigs.
this crop, and I love that purple.
Yeah, like this. Like I want to see the rest of it. Like take off the hat, please. But like,
it looks like it might be like just basically like the random short, but it doesn't have. I don't think it has bangs unless they're tucked in under the hat.
I just love that he's actually getting the biggest issue with smart doll wigs or doll wigs, I think in general, is the head is bigger than a natural human, and in order to get the weight of the hair that you want to get, you need more like the hair ends up sort of being bulkier than it would naturally look like if you just scaled a human down. This looks natural.
Mm-hmm. And so does actually the in terms of weight and stuff, the purple hair does as well.
Yeah,
that looks more like a somebody with fine straight hair,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like its sort of stringiness, like the sort of like unkemptness of it.
Very natural.
Yeah. I don't think much new here, although there's
got some
boys
boy
in the
photos there,
background.
and then I
And
wonder.
possibly that's a blue boy back there, being covered up by.
Yeah, and they've got a figure.
I think that's a blue boy.
They got a He-Man in their hand or something in their hand, whatever the other character is from He-Man.
Yeah,
the blue one. And then we've got a good look at the new underwear, which I love the new underwear. I like the orange band. It's very cool.
It's very like vintage, like original Mirai.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like the tags on the underwear used to be orange. I kind of like that.
He's moving back to even the website went from the red accent color back to now an orange accent color.
Mm-hmm.
When we talked about this at length last week, but this looks so good.
She's beautiful.
How are you feeling about the plus size body?
I'm like so impressed that this is happening so fast, you know, like when he started talking about it and people started throwing out ideas and it was like 24 hours later, he's like, how does this look? It's like, whoa, that's amazing. So that's really exciting to me.
Yeah. Watching, like, he's always fairly transparent, but actually getting to see it more in real time is
right. The revisions
impressive.
And the process.
Yeah.
I mean, as a customizer, this body opens up a whole new realm of characters for you to work on. Too.
Exactly. Right. The whole idea of like, you know, this opens the door to, you know, different. I mean, he's already been doing, you know, like the amputees and things like that are totally different from any other doll you've seen.
Right.
But this opens the door to like, you know, maybe we could get a shorter smart doll too, or, you know, like how the Barbies started doing all the different body types and there's, you know, all these different ones. So that's really exciting.
I'm thinking maybe a fairy godmother, Diana, to go with the doll fairy.
Yeah.
And I think this is the last one. There's, I mean, he's got some action figures.
Guy can see a Smart Doll Plus in the corner in the jumpsuit.
Yeah, in the full orange jumpsuit there. You can see like his organization of like eye cradles and things that they say the silicone tubes for I think that's for use on the eye cradles. I'm trying to see if there's anything hiding in here. No, I got some Black Panther. New Black Panther. And what is this?
Some little figure thing?
I don't know what that is. Oh, there's Grogu. All right. That looks to be it for our headlines. Let's take a break here, and before we get into, of course, the Smarty Party, and we'll be taking questions for us, of course, but also for Diana. Let's take a second and remind you that you need to give this video a thumbs up. And take out that hand pack one and hit the like button. This is one of the best ways that you can help us spread this video to more people. And yeah, so thank you, Mirai, and thank you for hitting that like button. So we also wanted to do sort of an announcement, and that is we've had the Smart Doll archives around for a little while now. We've put this together with the help of the community, very specifically Baggins Lover in the Discord. She pretty much owned like enormous amounts of data entry. She's been absolutely fantastic, and we owe her a debt of gratitude. But people were having a hard time finding it. I mean, like Kat, Magical Girl Kit Kat Gaming, like texted me like, "What's the link to this?" And then like 3 other people, like I looked,
yeah,
you know,
in
I
the
looked at her
same
site
week,
and,
everybody's looking for the sculpts archive.
So I decided that we needed to rebrand the archive into something that's a little more memorable. Maybe get its own domain name instead of being a subdomain of ours. So to that end, I'd like you to introduce the next phase of the Smart Doll archive. Welcome to Smart Doll Guru! This is your go-to universal registry for unforgettable dolls. And you can find it at smartdollguru.com. And you now have easy access to it, easy to remember, and we're putting links all over the place. And
an easy way to answer people on social media when they say they're looking for something in particular. You can say, why don't you check Smart Doll Guru?
And yeah, if you want to get involved and help do, we're actually going through a big phase right now of redoing the graphics for it, and to make them more optimized, make it faster loading, which involves a lot of cropping and re-exporting of stuff. So we are working on that, and so if you're having any issues with it, we're hopefully going to be, well, we're getting through that as fast as I can. No problem. Making no promises. So that was the introduction of Smart Doll Guru, and you can get to that anytime you want. And now, I think this is your first, right, Diana? This is. Are you ready to party with us?
Yeah, I'm ready for the Smarty Party.
Let's do it!
We came to party all night long. Let's sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our
That was amazing. Real quick, we got three Smarty Party ninjas. And I apologize, the layering on the party was like covering it up. Gotta thank Lee for and W. Corden and Redhead Ramblings. Everyone seems to be loving the new site. Thank you so much. We hope that it's y'all find it useful and spread the word. All right. Now, let's, if I can click a button. No. Come on, trackpad. You're doing weird things on me. Now it went away on its own. That's fine. Let's look at questions. Our first question is from Like No Otter Designs. Say, what about Survivor, but tea or cocoa mixed with coffee?
Probably cocoa and coffee, I think.
Coffee would give him a better, probably a better,
because
it's a closer to coffee, so it's less of an issue.
Well, because Survivor is already tea mixed with cinnamon, so
there's too big of a jump, I think, from tea, right, to tea to cocoa to do a Survivor mix right now. I think.
Right, but you're saying, Sandy, that if it was coffee and cocoa, that it would be different enough from the Survivor that we already have.
Right, because if we did tea and cocoa, it's too close. It's too much the same.
Yeah.
Because she's already a tea base. So yeah, I think cocoa and coffee would be pretty cool.
Let's see. And then again, they say vitiligo on coffee. I rest my case. And because they want this into the world, thoughts on other skin colors. Imagine fully black or fully orange. I'd love to see an orange crash test dummy, Smarty.
How about a yellow Lego inspired Smarty?
Oh, like Simpsons / Lego yellow.
Yeah. There'd be a lot of Marge Simpsons going around if there was a yellow. But I've been saying, like, a true black Smarty would be really cool.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Diana? Any colors that you would wish for?
Yeah, I think true black would be really cool. I personally don't like. I'm admiring all the fantasy skin colors, but I get more excited about the ones that are like real. Yep. So yeah, definitely looking forward to, like you're mentioning before, like a even darker than cocoa. Also, would be really cool to see.
I would like to see a freckled body.
Oh yeah,
like not just
vitiligo,
awesome. some chest freckling, which would actually be really cool on the plus size girl.
Yeah.
An addition of a little bit of texture right here would be really neat.
Mm-hmm.
Love Esta, I was just wondering, where do we recommend getting wigs? Where do you go, Diana?
Lately I've been getting a lot from Dallas Doll Co. wigs.
Mm-hmm.
I really especially like the wigs that are called the lavish wigs. Mm-hmm. They're like very soft. I just really love the texture of the fibers. I like Zazu doll wigs. Where else have I gotten them? What about you guys? What are your go-tos?
Well, this one is on Never Say Never. I gotta get her in the camera properly. We got this one at DollCon Dallas, and this is Leaky World. I buy a lot of wigs from Denver Doll Emporium and Leaky World, and when Denver Doll Emporium was at DollCon Dallas, they brought like bins and bins and bins of wigs, and I bought a lot of wigs. Amazing. I bought a lot of wigs because I could see them, and I just before we started, we were getting set up with Diana, and I put this wig on Never Say Never, and I love it. And I'm going to take a brief interlude to say that I've named her, because now that she is in this platinum blonde wig, she has a name. But we actually have to induct her.
Oh. We have our first guest to an induction.
You get to welcome her with us, Diana.
Oh, this is so special.
All right, are we doing this now?
Yes, let's do it really quick as we talk about wigs. So we've got the blonde wig and the birthmark. And this is not Marilyn, but I would like to welcome Monroe to the Court of Disdain.
Yay!
It took me a while. I told her today she was going to tell me what her name was, and I put this wig on her, and she said, yes, you've been throwing this name around, and I like Monroe. So, this is Monroe.
Gotta love we like the boys' names for girls, too.
Yeah, like the more, just like the unisex. The names have become unisex, yeah.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, Leaky World. We haven't really gotten and you can't really get to them anymore because of the whole Etsy and then Russia thing or whatever. But there's some good. Who am I? Sophie? No, not Sophie Molly. That's something different. The person who does all like the fur wigs that are like half shaved with like Aloy style wigs.
I thought that was Sophie Molly.
Is it Sophie Molly? I was thinking of. Oh, that's because I'm confusing Sophie Toy Paradise, which is a different. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, it is Sophie Molly.
I think that's right.
Their wigs are awesome. I don't think you can get them right now. Hopefully the world changes.
Oh, and the other thing that's special about this is Never Say Never got inducted into the court as Monroe wearing the outfit that Diana made for me.
There you go. With Diana here.
Diana made me this.
You're blowing her out being that close, but that's fine.
For Harper, my entropy.
Here.
For Christmas a couple of years ago. And I put Monroe in this because I wanted to show off Diana's beautiful work, since she is actually shifting some focus to doing more sewing. But I love this, and the cameo necklace is like very much a favorite.
I had so much fun making it because we like the same things.
We do. We like pretty much all the same things.
So good. All right. Whoops. She's lost her hair.
Oh no.
Speaking of wigs, the wig fell off her head. It's very heavy, but it's a nice wig. It's nice and full. And it doesn't feel like it's going to you know how sometimes when you have a long wig, it feels like it's going to tangle up in itself all the time and you can't get it apart? Their wigs don't do that.
All right. Kat says, Diana, do you have more smart doll apparel planned?
I do indeed. I am working on all of that stuff. I actually have kind of a small collection of loungewear apparel that I made already, but I'm still in the process of getting it out there.
Okay.
So that's coming soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Does this shift in focus mean you're going to have more quantity available, or are you still going to stick with very small collections of items?
I'm going to try to do more quantity. Okay. And I'm going to try to maybe get really comfortable at a certain type of thing and then, be able to do more of that, because then it's okay, I know how to do this.
Right.
You know, up till now it's been I want to do this. Let me learn how to do it and then I'll do it, So, but yes, I definitely have plans for more smart doll apparel.
Are you a batch maker, or do you have to finish a piece and then make another one? Or do you make do you cut 4 of something at one time and then do each step in a row?
Yeah, I'm kind of learning to do the whole batch thing. First I'll do I'll just do one and make sure that it comes out good. And then I'll kind of refine the process. Okay, maybe I should do this part first next time because of this seam or whatever. And then I'll just cut out a bunch and go from there. Yeah.
We've got Michelle Murphy here, says, I don't think this is a question, but just a lovely comment. Hi, Diana. I love your video on your new avatar, Smart Doll. She looks beautiful, lovely, and cute.
Oh, thank you so much.
She's probably my favorite face that I've seen you do. I think it looks really good.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy a lot of people like her, because I was initially not 100% happy. I was I don't know. Is this good enough? But maybe that's just because I was really pressuring myself to make it perfect.
Well, and when you're your own client is never an easy thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Kanal wants to know, have we told people that the sparkles, emojis from the chat show up on the stream now? Kanal was in my little test stream last night getting the emojis working and was enjoying when it was unlimited and they could just flood the screen with sparkles.
Yep. So now you can actually use emojis, and they will appear on the screen.
Yep, and you may notice some people are already putting up. There's actual words that trigger smartdoll emojis to come up, so you'll have to find those yourself. They're mostly exclamations and things that you might naturally say. Yep, lots of mushrooms. I'm not sure what the mushrooms are. All right, if Danny does make a coffee skin tone girl, which girls do you guys want to see in the skin tone?
Definitely Future, because that's my... What about you, Diana?
Oh man, that's a really good question. I don't know. I feel like I have to think about that more, but I'm just excited to see any of them really in a new skin tone. But probably Mirai first because she's the classic. But Future is, also Mirai. So
I like the doll. Well, I always go back to the dolls that I think are fire in tea. Like are like I think the same one. So Genesis, and
Anime
North. I'm sure there's more, but like dramatic eyes, like really nice dramatic eye makeup.
Moment would be pretty in coffee.
Yeah,
with her very elegant eyes that she has.
I would love
Fortitude.
40.
Yeah.
I would love probably even like anime. I'd love to see somebody do, or if he comes out with coffee and if the skin tone works, and then do like henna, like all over it. That'd be really cool.
I could see Enchantarium doing that.
Yes,
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Alex actually does henna.
Yeah.
So that would be very cool.
That'd be awesome.
Last question here is I already answered, but we'll just address it again. Sandy was holding Never Say Never, aka Monroe.
Trying to get her in the camera again.
Yeah, this
So
split
there she
screen
is with her
really messes
birthmark
us.
and everything. Yeah. Monroe.
All right, let's check the live chat here. It looks like, yes, we have agreement that Enchantarium would definitely do well with
From
that.
Smart Doll Sewing with Joe. Hi, Joe.
So that's all the questions we have. I think I can't wait to see kind of the refocus for you, Diana. I think it's really exciting.
Thank you.
And of course we missed your last drop, so always looking forward to actual clothes we can get from you is always something we want. So do you want to let people know, I mean we sort of are, but where they can keep up to date with you?
Yeah, I mean, you can, my YouTube channel is The Doll Fairy. I also update Instagram pretty frequently. That's just Doll Fairy, @Doll Fairy. Yeah, Instagram's probably the place where I actually update things most. I'll just say one more thing. If you liked my video about the new Doll Fairies look, my plan is for this Friday to release the video where I make her woodland workshop diorama.
Oh,
and I'm really excited
fun.
to share that. So
that sounds fun.
That sounds absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, Diana, and thank you everyone else for spending your Monday with us. We'll see you over the next few weeks, and I'll think of, I don't know, some more code words, I guess.
And look into joining us in Philly at Thy Geekdom Con.
One last reminder. Check us out. We'll be hanging out at Thy Geekdom Con, and hope to see you there if you're around. Love to meet you. We'll go back to there for one last goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you, Diana.
Take care.
You too.